So, last time on Ace Brigade, the crew had successfully captured the leader of the river rats, Eden Moore. But before the Lockkeepers could cart her off, the group got a visit by the final Shadow Wind Guild leader, Delger Coppergrip. He thanked them for taking her out, but also warned them that a power vacuum may arise in her absence, also warning them not to cross him before vanishing into the night. From there, our group split up to finish any loose ends before the evening came to a close. Nash went to face Kardavaska alone and pushed her into revealing that she was in fact Rend, and that she had been lying about escaping from his parents. She in fact was their eyes and ears in this place, forced into servitude with the Mendacium tattoo on her neck. She warned him that if his parents discovered she was in contact with him, they would not hesitate to force her into bringing him in. However, she did let slip that they can't track his infernal blood and that something was protecting him from their attempts at locating him. Before leaving, Nash swiftly smashed the machine that she had on her desk that she was using to track tears in the shadow veil. Nash then made his way to the Temple of Thantex, where he shared a moment with the statue of the Goddess of Death in the basement. Later that night, some of the other members were plagued by dreams. Creek was forced to remember something from her past, brought on by the images in the play. A princess who she had sworn to protect, crying and burning in her arms. Meanwhile, Vaz was met by the hag, who was her birth mother, chastising her for not claiming Eden Moore's soul with her rapier. However, the presence of her love Hermes quickly quieted the violent voice. Finally, Pickles was awoken in the middle of the night by his familiar Bastard, who had pointed out that a spectral butterfly had made its way into their bedroom. They followed it back to Ebis's hut, only to find a battle had taken place, and Ebis warned the goblin wizard that Silence Edge assassins had somehow gotten through her defenses to steal the vial of Nash's hair that she had collected as payment earlier. Furious with the woman for failing to stop the thief, Pickles took his leave and made his way to the Temple of Lexitus.
Yeah. That's where we is right now.
Yep. It is late.
Go ahead, sorry.
It is late, like pretty early in the morning at this point. Let me just double check the time. Yeah, it's like 3 a.m. It's dead silent out here, but the Church of Lexitus stands hovering above you as you push the doors open. They do open with a creak.
This is so 2 questions.
Yes.
The Lockkeeper's HQ is next to, but not the same building as the Church of Lexitus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
They keep them separate.
Gotcha. Okay. Are there any guards or anybody like that?
You don't see any immediately, but as you walk in, you do spot one man, a young man, probably about 19, kind of pacing back and forth in there. He has scruffy brown hair and is wearing armor similar to the Lawkeepers, but slightly more adorned. And he is basically doing rounds.
Okay. I will go up to him and because I remember there was a room that I went into a while ago with, I think, I want to say, like, it was either a library or there were like tomes in it.
Yeah.
I'll go up to him and I'll ask him, if I can be allowed into that room.
He, as you approach, he looks a little surprised, and then looks around and like goes to like hold tighter onto the shield on his arm, and he goes, well, hello. I don't usually see people here late at night. It's a little late, isn't it?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't make time for any prophetic dreams or anything during the day. Is the room with all the books and stuff open? Is it okay if I check in there quick?
Well, it's not open right now, but I could open it for you. I don't get to do a lot at night. Nobody usually comes here. This is the most exciting night I've had in a while, he says as he goes to get the keys. And he shows you down and opens the lock and lets you in. Not a lot of action for the night watch, you know.
No, I get that.
And he leads you into the back library full of tomes.
I don't really remember what I did last time. I just kind of walked up to a. Is there? Because I seen him last time. There was the big lectern with like a big book on it.
Yeah.
Am I misremembering that? Yeah. Is there still a book there, or is it? Is it like it? I guess. Refresh my memory, Leanne. Is that like a main feature, or is it like is that kind of in the back, out of the way?
That's kind of a main feature.
Okay.
There's a big.
Is there a book on there right now?
There is a book on there right now.
Okay. Pickles will kind of approach he'll kind of like allow Bastard up onto like his shoulder, and they'll kind of approach the book. And I'm assuming it's open as well.
Yeah, it is open.
Okay. And he'll as he's kind of looking at it, I imagine the sort of the words swirling in front of him that he's kind of gotten a little bit used to due to his oracular curse. Kind of, he kind of tries to brush them aside a little bit, and he touches the book, and like almost as though like to. As though he's saying it to himself, or not even really expecting a response. He just kind of glances over the book, not really taking in what if there's words on it at all. It just says, "If you're there, I've got a lot of questions, and I think I could use a little bit of if not answers, a little guidance."
Pickles.
Have you got a minute?
Pickles, could you make me a will save, please?
Okay. Alright. We'll save, which I'm an expert in. $27.
27. So, part of the book begins to glow. It like stings your fingers for a second, but you focus in, and the equations in your head kind of align, and you're able to fight through the pain as this like prickling sensation goes up your arms and like makes your eyes glow as it reaches your eyes. For a brief second, you see the young man that led you in kind of take a step back, kind of entranced watching you. And you suddenly get like a major headache. But again, you fight through that pain as your vision blurs. And suddenly you find yourself again not in this room. Like the vision you had before, you find yourself wandering the halls of this enormous palace. This place looks different from the previous vision you received. Instead of the stark white marble and deep purple velvet flooring, you find that it is a warm brown with wood paneling on its lower third, and the floor tiles of white and orange are scattered around in a perfect checkerboard pattern. And you see shields hung up along the corridor, and every so often you see a suit of armor that was placed on display that looks very much like the armor that the young man was wearing. You make your way to this room, this large room. It's a library, scattered with all kinds of books. And you find yourself looking up at a woman, tall and sturdy. You recognize her as the same woman you saw previously. Her features are a little clearer than previous. Her strong features, sharp eyes. She's hunched over books. Her red hair is tied into an intricate braid, and it has a bit of a bronze sheen to it as she flips the pages. Her face looks sullen as she says, Darcia, Yavanna, Eluzia, Zephria, Everica. She's reciting these names as she flips the pages. Each one graduates from their role as pillar, becomes high priestess, and then vanishes. No one speaks of them again. One after the other, after the other. Mother has done such a good job of hiding this nasty little detail from me since Vulpes and I escaped her court. It is heartening, however, to see that you have managed to escape, dear sister. And then suddenly you realize that there's another woman in the room. She is tall and has long black hair full of twinkling stars. She has a scarf with a star pattern that is tied in her hair like a band. Her eyes are diamonds, and her smile is sad. Her dress cuts off at the ankles, showing off that she has bare feet with bangles on her. Her dress looks strangely practical and is at odds with the many pieces of jewelry that she has on her. Several bracelets of different stones and styles on each wrist, and many necklaces around her neck. She has several pouches adorning a belt and a shawl over her shoulders that is in a clashing pattern from the dress that she has and her scarf. It is thanks to our brother, dear Vulpes. He visited my window and showed me a way out. And I am thankful that you are safe, sister, but I fear our brother's action has locked us out of further interferences that way. She'll be watching for it. She knows you escaped. She knows you have ascended to godhood, thanks to grandfather. The younger sister nods sadly. Perhaps I could reach our other sisters in a more subtle way? I cannot leave them to their fate. If you find a way, then do what you must. I will look into what I can, from my end. Mother's unreasonable desire to remain tethered to this world, it will do her no good. Gods are not meant to stay on the material plane. She will go mad if something is not done. The other woman gives a small smile. Dear Lexitus, Mother has been claimed by madness the moment Eldrinth died.
Excuse me?
They don't seem to acknowledge you, as suddenly the whole vision kind of goes semi-transparent. And you
Hey, No, hold on.
you find yourself back into the library. And as you pull back, you realize that your hands are like charred, burnt by the being in such close quarters to that amount of divine power.
Pickles will kind of like sort of regard his hands a little bit, and can I make a religion check to see if I recognize that other person or any of the names that were mentioned at all?
Sure can.
Okay. I'm assuming it would be religion, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me... It's probably not going to be... Ooh, bad.
Bad.
Okay.
Remember,
so
to
Pickles doesn't
everybody,
have fucking...
you do have hero points from the start of this session.
I don't... Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't think I would hero point on this.
Okay. Yeah, you have not dug into a lot of religious texts, I suppose. At least not on this god. The best you can figure is that she is a god, and that she is the sister of Lexitus.
Yeah. And I remember at least a couple of I remember at least a couple of those names that were thrown out.
Yeah, and I think
I have Garcia, Ivana, Eluzia, ones like that.
Yeah, I can share the names, but that is one of the things with rolling one. None of these names sound familiar in the slightest.
Yeah. So Pickles will regard his hands, and then he'd also he'd like to take out his pocket watch and check how long it's been.
Yeah.
Has time moved about the same rate that he expected?
Yeah, it's only about like 3:20 at this point. By the time you got there, kind of got in, the young man kind of like is coming towards you hesitantly. He's like, here. And he like, may I? As he reaches out to grab your hands.
Pickles will put his pocket watch away, and he'll give the guy one of his hands.
Yeah. And he kind of closes his eyes and he's muttering something under his breath, and your hands begin to heal. The burns dissipate.
Pickles will actually, if it's allowed, he'll actually, like, as the burns are just about healing, he wants to sort of indicate for this person for him to stop, like, before he finishes.
Oh, yeah, of course. Are you alright?
Do you ever sometimes feel like you ever sometimes feel used?
He blinks. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm training to be a paladin here. So, if the church uses me, that is of my will.
Maybe. You'd do a favor for a friend, right?
Yeah.
You got friends you can do favor for.
I have a few friends, yeah?
Yeah. That's different than what the church asks you to, though, right?
Of course.
Because a friend's someone you know who knows you.
Yeah.
Why do you think that's different from the church asking you to do something?
Because what I'm doing for the church is for the greater good. I joined to bring, I joined to be a lawkeeper, but Dixon said I had potential. So he sent me over here. Keep law and order. My brother, he was a lawkeeper and he was killed in the line of duty.
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry to hear.
I joined up to try and find out what happened. Nobody would tell me, right? That's why
Pickles
I do
will
it.
kind of not.
This is silly. My name's Elijah Bolton, by the way. Nice.
Elijah, I'm Pickles. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to make. I'm sorry for it's late. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to question your faith or anything like that. I'm just curious what you thought.
Yeah. No, it's all right. I shouldn't be dumping my whole life story on you.
No, you're okay. I asked first. Elijah.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you something, and let me know if it sounds right. Maybe I'm off base. Maybe I'm, thinking too hard about things. But I feel like in a scenario in which you serve a greater purpose or a god or something like that, I think the biggest the biggest unkindness that can be done to you in that scenario is if it gets forgotten that you're a person. If it gets forgotten that you're, living and thinking and breathing and have your own dreams and desires and things. I think it's a damn shame when people dedicate themselves so fully to a cause that they become the cause. Does that make sense?
Kind of thinks about it for a second. Kind of scratches the side of his head. I guess.
And I'm not saying that. I don't say that to say, that, or like the lawkeepers or the Church of Lexus, and like it's bad or like needs to go away or be torn down. But I just think about it, and it's made up of people,
I mean, that's all we can be is people, right?
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. You're a smart guy, Elijah. Yeah, they should try. Maybe I should just. He kind of smiles, like at him, and maybe I should just try being a people for a bit. Kind of see where that takes me.
Yeah. I don't know what your life's like, little guy, but I'm sure you'll do good. I gotta say though, I've never seen the book do that to anybody. Are you sure you're all right?
I mean, the burning sensation was certainly a new thing, but I suspect that's to do with the close proximity to what was on the other side of that, and all sorts of. I have a weird thing going on if you couldn't tell. Um,
Yeah, certainly.
hey, does Lexidus have a... Lexidus has the brother Vulpus, right?
Yeah, that's her twin.
Does Lexidus have any other siblings?
Yeah, a handful, I think. He starts, like, thinking for a second. There's all the Starborn. Most of them are connected in some way. There is Silvatar. She is the goddess of travel.
Huh. Is that like the main one? What's she known for? I mean, apart from travel.
She's the goddess of roads and travel. Lots of bards follow her. There's, the Sylvani follow her pretty religiously. The group of people that go from place to place. It's bad luck to not invite them in.
Oh, yeah. I think I've met them once or twice, maybe.
Yeah, they come to and from. She resides over the Freedom Domain and Travel Domain. Trying to think.
Does she have any association with stars or jewelry or things like that?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's very helpful. Elijah Bolton, you said your name was?
That's me.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, my name's Pickles. If you do need any help, with anything, I'm part of the Horizon Walkers. If you need any help with anything, look me up. He'll act grumpy about it, but also if you ask Lockkeeper Dixon, he can probably get you in touch with me too.
Dixon's a great guy. He's always been nice to me.
That's good. Yeah, he's always done right by me. Even though he's a little bit put upon on occasion I tend to be put in situations that he often has to deal with one way or another.
That makes sense. Dixon, again, you said he acts a little curmudgeonly, but he's got a big heart. He looks out for the people of the city. He's just a little strict about it.
I mean, I feel like you have to have people like that, sometimes,
Of course.
like in bureaucratic positions, I'd rather have someone like Dixon, frankly, than someone like me.
Yeah, I think that's.
I'm not exactly Lexidus's most adherent son.
Well, she certainly sees something in you. Like I said, that book doesn't do that for others.
You certainly see something. I just hope it's... I hope it's something about me and not about... I hope it's more about who I am than what I am. If that makes sense. It probably doesn't. What am I saying?
I don't know what you saw.
I could tell you, but it probably wouldn't. It probably would be just as mysterious to you as it would to me, and Yeah, I've got to hit the books a little bit on some stuff, but I've taken up enough of your time. I'm gonna go to some rest. You have hopefully you have a good rest of your shift, and like I said, if anything if anything goes wrong, you get in any trouble, look me up sometime.
Of course. Thanks for making my evening a little more exciting.
Same to you. All right, come on, bastard.
He sees you off to the front and kind of gives you a little awkward wave as you leave.
As we're walking back, the Pickles will just walk back, mostly in silence, and then at one point, kind of under his breath, the bastard will go, "So what's the over under on his brother having been killed for financial gain from someone? It's probably pretty high, right?" Yeah. Oh well. If you look into it without him asking us, it's probably a good way to get him killed.
Bastard gives like a curt nod.
Let's go fucking saw some wood, bastard.
He yawns.
I'm not carrying you. You fall asleep in the middle of the road, you're sleeping there.
He flops.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll get back to the others and turn in.
Yeah. All right. And the night progresses. And it is morning.
I've just gotta roll my long rest. Yes, rest for the night.
Get back some of your hit points. So, as we enter into this, is there anything specific people wanted to do, or did we want to roll into some downtime? As people train and level up to level 4.
Woo!
Yay!
Level 4, baby!
Number 4, baby!
It's not specific to level 4, but Nash does have a conversation to have with someone to get a ball rolling.
Yeah. Alright, we got that. I think we'll...
If nobody else has anything.
Yeah, I think we'll start with that.
I guess Scrag is going to be up very early, if that matters at all. That I was going somewhere, but honestly I forgot. Sorry.
Oh, hold on. Do we want to do Nash's thing, and then if you remember, we can take care of that after?
Don't worry about it. It was part of the training thing that I wanted him to do, but I think that's handled in downtime.
We can roll that into the downtime. I have a thing for what you need.
Yeah, because like my thing, like I said, it's not something that he's gonna have for level 4. But if I want it for level 5, I gotta practice a little while, you know. So he Oh, actually, before that, he doesn't know what happened to Ebis yet.
Sure didn't.
Oh. Yeah, Pickles would tell everybody about that. He would make them aware of that happening.
So Nash gets to learn that over his morning coffee when he already looks, number one, still tired as hell, and number two, quite lost in thought about things.
Screg barely understands what he's being told.
Screg is like, why would someone want to take Shadow Man's hair?
He's probably a little hung up on that part.
Do mammals not
Not
continue
even
to grow more? Is it rare?
There's not even a funny color.
It's just
Shadow Man, if that's all the hair you're ever gonna have, you have to tell me.
And my friends are writing my character better than I am.
Screg knows less about mammals than Screg thought. Okay, sorry, I'll leave Screg alone. But now, especially knowing that, Nash would go pay Ebis Blackthorn a visit.
Ooh.
All right. So yeah, you make your way to Ebis's hut. The door is closed, but that eye flashes and lets you in. You make your way through a long corridor. It just seems to go on forever, but eventually you get to the door. And it is still a little bit of shambles. You see that she is sorting through books and putting them back up. Ah, I was expecting you. I suppose our little golden boy told you of my failure.
Is that why that corridor seemed longer than usual?
Yes.
Bit hesitant to allow me in.
A little bit. I must say I'm a bit embarrassed.
Well, no real reason to. I don't think either of us expected an outcome like that. Though I suppose we are both a bit more on the same page about my condition now, at least.
Yes. It is some kind of a protection. I'm afraid I just had assumed that you knew that.
He just kind of shrugs a bit and says, well, running away from an evil god and entering this plane and suddenly being covered completely in shadow, as a scared teenager, jumped to one conclusion and never properly questioned it, I suppose.
Ah. That is interesting, coming from a detective.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever quite used that word to describe myself. I'm simply nosy.
Ah, but what is a detective if not simply a nosy person who gets paid for it?
Well, there's your difference there.
You have been getting paid as of late.
More recently, yes, but less for the things I've personally been nosy about.
Of course, of course.
Speaking of, sticking my nose where it doesn't belong, I did come here with another request.
Oh?
One that presumably wouldn't, lead to anyone else coming into your hut looking for some sign of me. I mean, unless you're just really wanting another lock of my hair that bad.
No. I think I discovered what I could from it.
He kind of pauses for a moment to see if she's gonna elaborate.
She gives a small smile. It is, once it was detached from your body, no longer in possession of the protection. As well, it does resonate with the shadow plane, which I suppose is how they located it. Other than that, it is just hair.
Good to know.
I had hoped it would have had some residual indication of the protection, so that I could perhaps employ some of it myself, but alas, that is not where that went. In fact, it has proven that I need to implement stronger protections. I must get in contact with my associate. But you had another question?
He'll just kind of wander over to her desk, yes, well, it does tend to only affect things directly on my person, and as he's talking, he'll pick up a pin or something and kind of twirl it in his fingers until it also gets shadowed. But then puts it down and it retracts. Yes, so, if it's any consolation, I may or may not have delayed those who broke into your hut somewhat. Only time will tell. I've either destroyed one of the devices which they use it and they'll have to rebuild it, or I'll find out that they have quite a few of those and I have done nothing in the grand scheme. But, worth a shot. We learned something either way.
It is good to know.
Yes, though, the reason for my visit. I was wondering if you had any knowledge of magical tattoos.
Oh, magical tattoos. It's not exactly my forte, but I do know that they are quite popular in the Empire. Especially with the lower class mages. It allowed them to amplify their skills in a way that was easier than going to school. But it is also used by entrepreneurs. No, let's just say what it is. The fucking slavers. They put them on slaves to make them do their bidding. I've always detested them, but part of the reason I'm here and not there, that and the whole, stealing my eyes thing.
Is it a particularly difficult magic to learn?
It takes some time, but it is not completely out of the realm of, ease to have learned. You have to have a steady hand and the ability to channel some magic. could see if I can get in contact with somebody. My lines of communication are a little severed, but I'm sure an old friend might reach out if I do.
If you could, I would be most appreciative. I am particularly keen on learning how to alter an existing tattoo and the spell behind it.
Very well. How about this? I will add that as a reward for a job I have planned on posting in the Horizon Walkers Guild. You take that job? I will be more than willing to seek that out.
You're not looking for any more blood, are you?
No. Simply a delivery. All my precautions here, they keep me mostly safe, but it also means it is quite difficult to teleport things in and out places. And I need a delivery taken to an associate out of town. His tower is halfway to the East Run River. As well, I think our young wizard might find him a little more appealing than me as a teacher. The man barely charges for anything. Bit of a odd duck.
Well, an odd duck, you say? Can't imagine either of the two of us know much about that.
No, I think there's a reason I am an associate of his. He's quite charming, actually.
I see.
A lot more than I am.
I suppose we could manage a delivery without mucking it up too poorly.
Excellent. I will get right on my communications then.
Wonderful. Do send it directly through the guild, though, if you would.
Of course.
We're trying ever so hard to be promoted from... Checking my notes, oh my god, what are it? From simple tenderfeet.
Ah, yes. I suspect with the pedigree you have, you'll be upgraded before too long.
Well then, we'll watch for it on the board then. Shouldn't be too hard to claim it. I do have a bit of an in there.
Ah. Friends with one of the guild attendants?
Now who's being nosy? And he'll just kind of nod and go to take his leave.
She nods, does not move from her position of restocking her bookshelf as you exit out. change the music because it has been too calm for too long. Let's liven it up a little bit. How about this one? Yeah, there we go. So yes, it's morning. You've gone and seen Ebis. Scrag! How's it going?
Hello there. Scrag is going out for a little jog with Gertie.
Yeah. And as you go for your little jog, you find your way, like, running through the cobble path pub. And past the pub, find your way in front of the Four Blades training schools. And as you make your way there, you see the, like, door burst open of the training hall and see a girl with cat-like features storm out. She looks no older than 14, and her hair is a shade of purple, tied back in a chunky braid. She's wearing a tunic tied at the waist with a thick wrap, and you hear a man's voice call out, "Senhai Swiftclaw, don't you walk out on me when I'm talking!" Her cat ears pinned down to her head, and she goes, blah, blah, blah. It's always, Claw Dancer this, and Claw Dancer that. I don't want to be a Claw Dancer, Dad! And you see now that there's a taller cat person exiting out of the training hall. He crosses his arms, and he's got the same brown fur as the young girl. But his hair is black, short, and slicked back. He looks very mad. The way of the Claw Dancer has been passed down for generations in our family, and we have traveled across the continent through the desert to spread the joy of our martial arts. Master Tanaka has even graciously allowed us space to teach students here, and you want to learn how to swing a stick around? And you now see that this young girl has a Western-style sword at her hip. It looks a little awkward and too big for her. She frowns. Dad! It's a long sword! Come on, the warriors over here are so badass! And she mimics a basic sword maneuver as she talks. Senhai, it's saber! Like the sword. You're being childish. Come back inside and we'll continue our drills. It's what your mother would have wanted. Yep, go ahead.
Can I'm gonna look. Is there anything about her form that I could scrutinize based on her swinging around
it's
that sword?
sloppy.
I'm going to walk over to her as she's sort of swinging around the sword, and I'm going to whisper, "You have to square your shoulders, and you have to make sure that your blade is firmly pointed forward, and basically go through a bunch of like little tips and tricks that he learned."
Yeah.
During his time in the military.
The military?
Calling it a military is very, very, like... He fought some Zolgaths at one point.
Okay.
It's not really a military.
Yeah. I was like, what? Are you adding more stuff onto Scragg's backstory?
No, he's just a guy. He's fought some Zolgaths at some point.
Yeah, alright.
I didn't know what to call it.
Town,
It was already
Town
in
Guard.
Scragg's backstory.
Yeah, alright.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah. But yeah, she, like, her ears perk up, and she gives, like, this little toothy grin showing off her little cat fangs as she copies, and she's pretty, like, immediately, she has shown improvement from what you've done. And she kind of frowns and goes, "You don't know what Mom would have wanted." And she looks up at the guy and goes, or she looks up at you and goes, "Thanks for the tips, mister!" And then she books it down the road. And the man goes, "Senhai, wait!" And he looks at you and goes, "I apologize. I didn't mean for anybody to witness that."
There comes a time in every child's life where they will begin to doubt the old traditions of their parents, and, you kind of have to give them some space for that.
I knew it'd be hard, moving across the continent without her mother. But she's just being very difficult.
Yeah, being a single parent can be tough.
He nods. My name is Kieran Swiftwing. Swiftclaw.
You do not have wings.
No, I said it wrong.
Okay,
I said it wrong. I'm
No
sorry.
problem.
Kieran Swiftclaw. I wrote it down and I read it completely wrong. I have been reading too much goddamn stupid fantasy books. With
It's
stupid
okay.
names.
We all love. We're all D&D players here. We all love, or Pathfinder players here. We all love our stupid goddamn fantasy books.
Yep. Apologies. Yes. He sticks out his paw and goes, yeah, I'm Kieran Swiftclaw.
I am Screg Trapjaw.
And you,
You
like,
know, I think we actually.
yes.
Sorry, you go first.
Yeah. No, it's just you too have claws? Would you be interested in some instruction?
Yes.
Excellent, my good
immediately,
man.
yes.
Excellent.
Without hesitation.
Like, this guy's tall. You're always going to be the tallest person in the room, but he, like, slaps the back of your back hard and with a big, toothy cat grin, showing off all of his little fangs. Come on in. I've got just the regiment.
Sorry, Shelps typed something very funny.
Oh, I'm ignoring the chat because I cannot focus if the chat is in
No,
my
completely fair. Completely fair. Anyways, yes, Screg is going to basically wander inside with his little support animal.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of look around, and I guess, is this like a conventional kind of dojo, or what is it?
Yeah, and part of the dojo, you do see like what looks to be a Asian man. Not real Asian because this is Fantasyland, but you know what I mean. But he is running through people with sword drills, but they are the more Eastern style techniques. And Kieran brings you over to a corner. And you see, like, there is maybe two other people there. And they are both, one is another cat folk. And the other one looks like a human, but they have sharp claws on their hands. And he is, like, going through motions.
And is there anything in particular that I notice about the way that he's moving?
The instructor, Kieran? Or...
Yeah, well, I mean, the instructor and the students, basically. Like, what do I notice immediately about it? What stands out to me, I guess, is my question.
It is a very graceful style of martial arts, but it focuses more on the talons and claws of each of these individuals, putting that first and foremost into the attacks. It is like a dance.
Reminds Screg a lot of home.
Yeah, it feels similar to that, but with like a little bit of a flair and discipline that you wouldn't have seen back home.
Yeah, a lot of, you know, very disorganized back home. But so Screg is going to kind of walk up next to one of the students, and without really giving it much thought, he's going to try and start mimicking the movements a little bit.
Yeah, and you find that it's pretty easy. They're going through the motions, the drills. Kieran adjusts your form just as you adjusted the form of the girl that went running. And you find it quite enjoyable. And you feel like you can put some more power behind your attacks as you as he shows you off some stances that you can go into.
And Scrag, for once, feels very calm, very relaxed. Can I come back later for another lesson?
Anytime. As I said, I am here to spread the joy of our martial arts into this western land. And if you could perhaps give a tip, that would be amazing.
I'm going to give him 6 gold pieces.
He looks gobsmacked as you hand that to him. He goes, "Oh, thank you very much."
I'm an adventurer.
Apparently. I hope. Well, there you go. Thank you so much. I'm more than welcome to be here at any point.
I look at Gertie and see what she's doing. Is she trying to learn any of the moves?
She is trying really hard, but she cannot balance quite right, so she looks a little floppy and awkward. Her arms do not make the motions quite right.
It's okay, Gertie. You're doing your best. Scrag is going to kind of walk out of the dojo, and he's going to find kind of a secluded spot, and he's just going to kind of practice, like with his little stances.
Yeah.
He's going to do some crane kicks and whatnot, obviously.
Cool. You find a spot near the river. And the lighting makes it just so cool looking as you practice your kung fu kicks.
At one point, he actually goes into the river and tries to do it in the water. Well, I don't know if swimming's allowed here.
Yeah, you get a couple of strange looks as like the river ferries go back and forth. But
I'm
nobody
doing underwater kung fu.
You find underwater it is a little more difficult to get those swift motions.
Greg likes the challenge.
It certainly is a challenge.
Also, I think he's got... No, I mean, he's a good swimmer, but he's not, like, magically able to fight underwater or anything. And Scrag is going to surface and kind of jump up back onto the shore. And then he's going to kind of gingerly stroll back to the inn where everyone else is.
All right.
For everyone else who doesn't have, like, downtime stuff to do.
Cool. And I think at that point, we will take a short little break.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All good. All right. So, after Scrag has done his little claw dancing and heads back to the pub, we will enter into... I'll open it up to everybody. What do you want to do? Downtime?
I definitely have some downtime stuff I could do.
Yeah.
Do we know about how many days we would have? Unless somebody else has something they wanted to do first.
Yeah. If nobody else does, then I'd say probably about a week of downtime before we'll kick back up again with stuff at the job board and whatever.
Shelves, didn't you say you also had do you have another thing that you wanted to do with Pickles, I thought you had said, or is that something different?
No, that's something for in the future.
Gotcha. Okay.
That has now been set in motion. No, the only thing I would have would be to chit-chat with Levi, and that doesn't actually have to be, like, a played-out thing. Because I don't want to monopolize the session.
No worries.
We chillin'.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting my downtime shit all together.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'll say that the only other thing to make of note is that the theater troupe, after everything settles, they start helping out at the theater to help fix the damage that the river rats caused. And they'll be doing that a few days, and then they'll probably stay for the next 2 weeks. Hermes mentions to Vaz that after that they will be heading out to other cities to bring the play there.
Oh, I just had a question that I know is not going to be answered, but it's going to keep me up at night.
Heh. What's the question?
My first.
But I just, like, does Hermes know about Vaz's, condition? Because I
Yes.
don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, Hermes.
No, yeah, like he straight up helped her when they were still in Dragot to like look into libraries and things like that, get access to some books.
Aw.
And he was the one that told her that she needed to, or sort of urged her that she needed to go out and find more information because she wasn't going to find anything after they exhausted everything in their hometown.
Oh, no.
Okay, so I have the thing. I can do, if we want to do my downtime, I can do that if we want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first thing I want to do for my downtime is I want to use earn income, or rather I need to do the craft activity to I'm going to learn a level 2 formula, which would be a cost of 2 gold pieces. So, as far as the craft, I think I have to do, 1 day of, I'm creating the formula, so I have to do, this will take 2 days.
Okay.
So I have to do my, cancel. So I have to do my craft activity to learn the formula for, fucking, oh god, that's too much. For the antler arrow.
Antler arrow.
Yes. It is an arrow that allows someone to pin down a target when activated.
Cool.
Yeah, so I have to do a crafting check. What the fuck is the actual crafting check? What's the roll I have to do? Is it fucking crafting check? What is the roll for this? It's fucking right now. Cancel. Formula. Antler arrow. Yeah. Craft. So it's a crafting check using my, oh right, it would be the fucking crafting goddamn crafting.
Yeah, it'd be
okay.
crafting. I was like trying to figure out what.
Let me roll crafting.
Yep.
Alright.
Bad.
So
Crap. No.
So given it works as craft, so that means that the DC is the GM determines the DC crafting item based on its level of rarity of the circumstances. There's a fucking, isn't there a crafting items? Crafting items. Item crafting. Is it craft? Yeah, it's based off of this earn income table, I think, isn't it? DC. See.
Crafting checks, so it
For a level 2.
difficulty class. This is a level what item?
A level 2 item is the formula
Okay.
here.
So I'll say that if we're doing it by the DCs, a level 2 item would be a 16 DC.
Okay. So with a 14, I'd fail.
Correct.
Okay. That's okay. I fail. I can salvage raw materials, so I didn't expend anything.
Yeah.
So that's good. All right, I'm gonna try again I'm gonna try that again for the next 2 days.
All right.
So let me do that again. So this is 2 more days. Ba-ba. I'm gonna hero point that, Jesus.
Yeah.
It happens.
Okay, there we go. 23.
Yes. You successfully craft.
The formula.
Yeah.
So I've learned how to make it.
Yup. Spent 4 days
Okay.
up in your room just scribbling papers.
Okay. Well, I've learned how to make it. But, so then the next thing I want to do is we have 3 days left. I think I'm going to earn income. Because actually, it would be crafting in batches of 4. I don't even think I have enough money to, and I'm just gonna pay the full price of the fucking thingy.
Gotcha.
So I'm just removing the 2 gold for the formula.
Gotcha.
I'm going to attempt to earn income to try and learn a spell.
Gotcha.
Because I can do that. Okay. So we're earning income, and I believe I have to use Arcana for that, based off of my stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. Spell prodigy. Earn income with a tradition associated skill. Learning it for free if you earn income equals or exceeds the cost. So I'm gonna try and learn I think a level 2 spell.
Okay. That'll be the same DC of 16.
Okay, gotcha. So give me an earn income. Give me that's my hero point done. Give me an Arcana check, please. Jesus Christ.
I'm so sorry, bud.
It's okay. So that's a failure on earned income. I still earn income though, don't I?
I
On the failure with that?
so. Let
me check and make sure there's earn income action. Failure. Yeah, you do shoddy work and get paid the bare minimum for your time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but our power just came back on, so I'll be right back.
All right.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Yay!
I'm gonna get off my ding-dang phone.
So given it's a failure, I'm looking at the table and earn income. Would that put it at the task level too? You think?
Yeah, the bare minimum.
So you gain a discount. I gain a discount of 4 copper pieces on learning a level 2 spell.
Cool.
So learning a level 2 spell. Learn a spell. And I don't want to take up everybody else's time, so I can. Okay, so it looks like the thing that they have says it's 6 gold pieces for a level 2 spell.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you were kind of in the DC with 18 even, that it has on this sheet here.
I do not have the earn income stuff up, so
It's all good.
I just had the
I
basic.
did a very
DC
bad
stuff.
job, but I learned. I did a bad job, but learned a very. I did a very bad job learning this spell, but it was learned. I'm gonna pick.
Yeah, 4 copper points.
I'm going to pick Blazing Armory.
Blazing armory.
So 6 gold. I'm gonna subtract 6 gold and then give myself 4 copper pieces back. And I've learned Blazing Armory. Yeah. Alright. That's me done. And actually, I'm gonna spend the last day attempting to learn the spells that I already have, Befuddle and Invisibility.
Gotcha.
And that'll be what I do for that day, for those two. So, I should have the materials for those. Yeah. So I'm going to learn a spell. So I need to do 2 Arcana checks, and they're hold on. What level spells are those even? Befuddle is level 1, Invisibility is level 2. Okay, so I need to do. It looks like a 15 and an 18 DC.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do the level 2 one first.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did not succeed.
Oops.
Although that would have succeeded. Can I make that the level? No, I said it was level 2 one first. I gotta be
Yep.
fair. Even worse.
Oh.
Critical failure.
Oh dear. Yeah, you're just.
So
I think that you are so wrapped up in the vision that you had that you're finding it hard to concentrate this week.
These dice are being really mean.
I also expend because I critically failed. I expend half the materials that I would need to learn the first level spell. So that's another gold piece of learning materials down the shitter.
Yep. Unfortunately.
But I can try again after a week.
Yep.
Yep. After 7 days. Not the good week for Pickles.
Nope. So that
But-
was, yeah, your week, I think. Creek?
Yeah, that's my whole work. The last day was just spent doing that
Yeah.
and doing it terribly.
Doing it terribly. Creek, what have you
You
been
did
up
your
to
best.
for the last week?
Man, okay, so, is Creek able to get a chance to get a copy of the script from her Maze's play?
Yeah, I think between them fixing up the place, they can cobble together one of the scripts for you.
Yay, okay, good. She's gonna go ahead and study that. She's gonna kind of grab like a couple bedrolls and a bottle of wine, and she's gonna get holed up in the room for a little bit.
Cool. Yeah, as you like read through this,
She's having slumber party.
certain parts like ping in the back of your head of that's not right, but you're not sure what isn't right. And then you'll go to another part and go, that is what happened, but you're like, why do I know that's what happened? You know?
Exactly. It's just like something feels off, but she doesn't know what
Yeah.
is off. So she's gonna take a pen and she's gonna scribble notes on it.
Yeah, and
It's
notes
just-
the heck
it's
out
just
of
like-
it.
Yeah, and it's like probably write down like little scribbles, little question marks, and be like, what? And then just like oh, that's important right there. Circle stuff. I was gonna say, can I do like a check and see if I notice anything specifically that
Yeah.
pops out to me? Awesome. Alright, what?
I think that'll be perception. Just straight perception.
Okay, fair enough.
Use your elf eyes to see.
Yeah, ooh.
Alright, 29.
See everything.
So, first off, you like, why are there so many musical numbers? You circle a lot of
Fair
that.
enough.
Next, you see like that there's a moment in the play where the couple is like pleading with the elven queen for their relationship to be together, and she kills the prince, and in retaliation the princess commits suicide, plunging his sword through her chest. You look at that and go, that's half right. Your brain goes. You remember the sword going through her. You remember her committing suicide. But you remember somebody else being there, and the queen going to kill that person, not the prince, and the prince jumps in the way. And that's what led to the spiral. They're missing somebody out of this plot.
Somebody's missing. Okay, she's gonna write that down, both on the script and in her notebook as well.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, she'll actually probably copy some of, like, a kind of a paraphrase of the script into her notebook as well, with her notes added onto there. So she's just like hard, like, she's just like writing stuff. It's like that meme where it's just like the scribbling is like, what's that noise? The voices! Just like hard scribbling.
Yeah, and as you're like writing that, like the image in your head of, you think one of the imperial princes as well. You think that somebody else from the empire was up there that the queen tried to kill.
Okay. So not only is there someone missing, a key person is very much missing from this.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Other than that, that's all I really had planned. I think if there's any supplies I need other than... Ooh. I'll probably need to restock some arrows that I will definitely do. But I can do that, like, off time.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's what Creeks does for the week. She just studies.
Neat. Alright, Vaz, you have any plans for a week-long downtime?
I think pretty much her downtime is just gonna be, doing odd jobs so that way she can pay for her room and board, spending time with Hermes, and some sort of, like, light networking, just with people that, like, she's met before that she wants to keep up with, and like introducing them to Hermes and things like that, just to sort of keep those avenues open in case things come up in the town in the future, so that way she has a resource to tap.
Yeah, and I think that will be like a big setup for the new skill that you have.
Yeah.
And it'll start to network around town, especially in the upper district. I think you find a lot of time in the coffee shops. You hang out with Amir as well as a few others.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. She doesn't have any big overarching things happening right now, especially not with Hermes in town. She just wants to spend time with him and take care of things.
Sounds excellent.
Yeah.
Alright, and Scrag, you learned some karate / kung fu / claw dancing. It's its own unique thing. It's a martial art.
Scrag at some point will drop by where Creek is and be like, "Are you throwing a slumber party?" Because she brought, like, basically saw her bring like a bunch of alcohol and into a room and just kind of is a little confused as to why she's holed up. Hello?
I think Katie's muted if Katie was responding.
Sorry, my bad. I was looking at. I was trying to find the person to buy arrows. I was sorry. What was that, Dan?
No
My bad.
As a note for Katie, if you double click on the Horizon Walkers Guild, it should bring up a shop. If you click on Levi, and he does have arrows.
Got it. That was the one person I didn't click. No, I'm sorry, Dan. Could you repeat that, please?
Scrag is like knocking on her door and like, are you throwing a slumber party without Scrag? It's fine.
Okay.
But, no.
That's fine. You don't have to invite me.
Greg likes to be included.
I'm not feeling FOMO. That kind of knocks Creek out of her trance, and she just goes, sorry. Yes, you can come in, Scrag. Please. The door isn't locked.
Scrag sort of pops his head in and walks over to Creek and sits down and says, "What's up?"
You can see that there are a couple empty wine bottles, as well as some nuts and berries kind of scrabbled around everywhere on, as well as paper scattered everywhere too on a desk in the room. And Creek looks kind of a little bit haggard. She hasn't slept that much. She's been too focused studying a little bit. And she goes, everything is totally fine.
Scrag is going to look around the room and then look back to Creek and go, "Your room state is an indication of emotional distress."
I don't know what you mean by that. As she scrambles to kind of dust some of the nuts and berries into like the trash, and like it tries to hastily pick up the bottles.
Scrag will not claim to know your brain better than you do, but sometimes it can help to talk about these things.
Well, that is the thing too. Is I'm trying to figure out a bigger mystery than I feel like I can discover.
Ooh, you should ask the Shadow Man. He is very good with mysteries.
That's very true. Once I get some more notes, I definitely will bring it up to both him as well as the group. I do apologize if I'm not more forthcoming. It's my memory is a tad spotty.
That's okay. Scrag is just happy that you're alive, because Scrag has not seen you in a while.
Apologies.
Yeah, I was a little worried.
I tend to hold myself up by myself occasionally. The seldom times I do go into or travel with groups, it's been a while since I've done so.
That's okay. Scrag is just gonna give her a thumbs up. And Scrag will give you alone time if you want it. Just wanted to see how you were.
Creek also gives a thumbs up.
Scrag is gonna kind of just
that.
walk. Scrag's gonna walk over to Creek and pull her into a hug.
Aw, yeah. Creek does give back the hug. And she goes, "Thank you. You're very perceptive, my friend."
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And Scrag is just gonna leave after that.
Creek will smile at that, and she'll write down in her journal a note about Scrag being like, very dependable.
Aww.
By pure numbers, Greg and Vaz tie for third spot as most perceptive. Number 1 is Nash. Number 2 is Creek.
Yep.
Their bodies, Your Honor. Sorry to interrupt.
True.
Person with the worst perception, very bad boy. Because
Yeah.
he hasn't been leveled up at all.
Yeah.
He's
He's
just
perfect just the way he is. That's
Yeah.
why he hasn't been leveled up.
He's got a +3 to
It's like, I can't
perception.
perceive
He's a level 0 bat boy.
That's okay.
Pickles can't perceive shit, and I have news, it will get worse.
Yay!
Oh.
Pickles is the next one up. I just didn't want to include a player to make people feel bad.
No, it's great. It's intentional. I picked the Oracle dedication. It's on purpose.
Yeah, his perception is +6. It's great. I love him. Gertie has a +7.
That's okay. Yes. Yes, strength.
Gertie is actually proficient. It's like one of her 2 skills.
You mean Dr. Professor Book has less horse sense than the dinosaur? Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks. But he's a smart boy. He's the smartest boy in the room. Next to Nash.
Point me in the direction of the stuff, and I will figure it out. Just don't ask me to find anything.
He and Nash together, powerhouse of brains.
I wish that my downtime period reflected that
Yeah.
that fact, but it sure didn't.
Dice be mean like
It
that.
happens. I mean, it was intentional. Clearly, you're absolutely right. Pickles had a very bad start to his week, and it just
God's fucking with
it didn't go well. Yep.
Alright. I think the only person left is Nash.
Yeah. Hang on, I was looking at stores. Let me close that.
Oh, good.
He would probably end up spending most of his week at the guild house, not gonna lie. I imagine after that first morning when he goes to see Ebis first, he is gonna, go find some pastries somewhere as an apology for being late before he heads to the guild house then their regular coffee time.
My, that is quite the pastry.
Yes, well, I've not been as punctual as of late, and, well, I did also come here to ask you to break the rules.
Naughty. You know I do love a good pastry, though. As he picks up, like, one that has, like, apples, and he munches away. As long as it isn't too naughty. What do you have in mind?
Oh, it's not that bad, just that, you know, a job will be coming in from, one Ebis Blackthorn soon, and say it doesn't actually make it onto the board because, well, we already know which team is going to get it.
Ah. Yeah, usually we do not, allow people to call dibs on these, but, I can make an exception.
If it helps, I did clear it with her directly.
Then certainly. Employ, contract, they can be personally, asked if the client asks for certain groups. So I don't see a reason not to just say that she, requested you, because it seems like she has. doesn't happen very often. Most people don't bother to learn the different groups here. They just want a job done.
Yes, well, we do stick our nose into quite a few places where it doesn't belong, so you meet people, at least.
That's true. Most new groups don't quite make such a name for themselves right away.
Funny turn of phrase, I don't think we have decided on a name yet.
I heard the
We should get on that.
didn't the Tobias Farbridge give you all a name?
Out of character, did he?
Yeah, he did.
I didn't remember if we had... He did? Oh, never mind. Nash didn't say that. He knows their name.
Okay. Wasn't sure if
I
you guys-
meta-knowledge. I've known our name since before we started. I just couldn't remember if we had in canon done that or not.
Yeah. It is at the end of the cat parade, he's like, oh, do you have a name? And you're all like, he's like, fine, I'll name you. Ace Brigade, let's go.
Perfect. Incredible.
It just hasn't come up since then.
Yeah.
That was like sometime last year.
Yeah, otherwise I think that would basically be it. He would spend most of his week, he's got a little bit of shopping to do, which I'll take care of here in a minute. Nobody has to watch me click through menus to find things. He would also help Levi out in catching up with any paperwork that he has, since he's going to be hanging around anyway. His ulterior motive to that is that if he happens to catch Vera around at any point, he did want to talk to her very briefly.
Alright. So I think, after a few days, you do notice that Vera does waltz in one day, and Levi calls to her and goes, finally here to do some paperwork. Nah. She says as she waves him off, just here to check in on some things. And she stomps up to her office. And Nash, if you follow her to her office, you catch her like digging through like a big chest in the back, throwing all kinds of like weapons onto the floor as she's looking for something in there.
He'll just kind of watch sneakily from the doorway for a second, but as soon as like weapons go flying, he will just kind of add, "Oh, shouldn't you be a bit more careful?"
She pauses and like looks at you. She's holding like a big mace in her hand and goes, I mean, if they can't handle being thrown around a bit, they won't handle being hit into a monster. And she throws the mace into the wall, and it hits perfectly on like a dartboard square in the middle and sticks in there. What can I help with? And she gets up and like dusts herself off. You're one of the Tenderfeet, right? One of the Ace Brigade, yeah. You were there at the theater. What a amazing play. Shame about the chandelier. That thing cost a lot of money.
Yes, we were there, dealing with said chandelier incident. We were also, the party that brought you those cupcakes from
That's right.
Olympia Smythe's birthday.
Ha ha. Shame she got put in jail. Well, not a shame. It is good that she got put in jail. I'm just going to miss those cupcakes.
I don't mean to take much of your time. I merely had a question or two about our dear guild hall attendant, Levi.
Well, ain't that interesting. Come on in, close the door behind you. And she, like, jumps up and, like, sits on her desk with, like, her legs spread wide.
He'll walk into her office, and as he, like, reaches to close the door behind him, his shadow's kind of, like, looking back and forth between him and the door, like, are you sure you should do that? But he does.
And as the door clicks close, her, like, jovial nature kind of falls a little bit. You want to talk about dear Levi, huh?
More specifically about the protections here on the guild house for him.
We have protections against teleportations. People can't just teleport in here. We have protections on the door to suss out folks with that tattoo. It'll alert me as soon as anybody comes on here. Hasn't happened yet. Gave him a panic button under the desk, too.
Is there any sort of protection for if someone from the outside were to tamper with his tattoo?
She raises an eyebrow at that. Tampers with his tattoo. This is news to me. Levi didn't tell me there was anything funky with that tattoo.
I'm not sure he even knows himself. It is something I have recently learned about that particular mark.
Here I thought Silence Edge was just branding folks so that they couldn't go get another job without interference or a lot of creative scarring. What does it do?
I'm afraid it's a bit more controlling than that.
Wonderful. Great. Top narcs. I'll look into it. But to answer your question, no. I guess there is no gods against that. Though I will say, she hasn't activated it. If that is something that she can. Levi did try to kill me, which is the reason why he's here. But he hasn't since.
Well then. I am working on what I can to do something about that tattoo myself, but... well, let's hope that nothing gives her any activated until then.
Well, if I've done my job correctly, then she doesn't even know he's here. And if she ever does
Well, then.
find out, then, don't worry. I'll get him out of here. He's been the best helper around here. Shame if anything were to happen to him. I would be devastated. I would have to start doing more paperwork myself. And her, like, eyes dart to her chest. Ooh! And she jumps off her desk, goes over and pulls out this battle axe. There it is! I was looking everywhere for this.
his eyebrows kind of raise in very slight alarm again as she has gone for yet another weapon. And he'll just say, "Well then, of course, not to doubt your capabilities, I just do believe in being informed, and yeah." If you will excuse me, I will, and he'll just kind of like glance between her and the mace that's stuck in the dartboard and just kind of, I'll leave you to it.
Have a good evening, Shadow Man. She waves. And places the battle axe on her back as you exit out of the room.
Oh, you cut out there for a second, I'm sorry.
Oh.
She waves and...
Puts the battle axe on her back.
Yeah. Yeah, Nash will excuse himself and head back down to the main guild hall room and just kind of shrug, like, no, she still says she's not doing any paperwork. I tried.
Worth a shot. He shrugs. All right. A week has passed, and it might the screen might go black and bright again quickly here because it's passing a week.
Spooky.
Spooky. But at the end of the week, you all reconnect at the job board and find that there's a few more new jobs posted, and one is marked as claimed already, but you know that it's been claimed for you. The delivery exchange needed. From Ebis.
Ah.
I require someone to take a package to the old tower east of the city. Halfway to the East Run River, there's a wizard, Solomane, who will give you a package in return to deliver to me. As well, there is two other ones that kind of catch your eye. A few more off to the side that others are looking over, but you spot one that says, "We have an ongoing situation at the hospital that requires the attention of someone who knows a thing or two about spirits and curses. The staff has reported hearing a child in the infirmary at night. Many of our younger patients have shown strange symptoms, shortness of breath, and loss of their voice.
Sounds like a pandemic.
But these symptoms are counter to whatever illness they came in with. As well, there's one from Lockkeeper Dixie Lockhart, saying that there has been reports of trolls along the Eastern Highway. The Lockkeepers have approved payment for any campaigner that can bring proof of its demise."
We should buy something with fire if there's trolls about. Oh, sorry, wait, is that meta knowledge? Forget I said that. I mean, it's one of those common knowledge things, but like I don't know how much Greg would know about it.
Also, that's common D&D knowledge.
Yes, you are correct.
You don't know if it applies to Pathfinder or not.
That is true. I
Can I actually?
personally do not know.
Can we do a recall knowledge about trolls? What we know about trolls?
You certainly can.
Would nature be an acceptable skill for that?
Let me double check. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Are
That's a
they
good answer.
DreamWorks trolls?
No.
I wish.
They're quite a bit
No.
bigger
I
than
wish they
DreamWorks
were.
trolls. And they don't have the cute hair.
Bummer.
I used to have
They
trolls
don't sing
dolls.
very good. Oh, maybe these ones do sing.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, depending on what we get here, I'm leaning towards the trolls because here's the thing. I'm all to go ghost hunting, Scooby-Doo wise. We don't have anything
Yeah.
to deal with ghosts, is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We-
This is
Me
not
with
like
no
last
magic.
party, where we had two paladins. This is a I don't want to say unholy, but less holy Well, actually, wholly in different ways. There's a
Yeah.
lot going on
I was
there.
about to say
The police
different,
department.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
the
okay.
East Highway monster is on the way to the one that you wanted to do. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nash would point
Like, if
that
we
out,
had-
that it's already on the way of the job that we, have apparently already claimed. How interesting.
Wow. Nothing happened.
That's
Wow, how could that have happened, Nash?
Wow.
Yeah, like if we had like, because like there's spells that exist. Pickles, I think Pickles would know. There's spells that exist like to make weapons like affect ghosts, but like we got. Unless anybody feels really confident about their ability to calm a spirit, Pickles will look like at Vaz, but I believe Vaz has communicated that generally in Udria it was don't fuck with it.
Yeah. If you
Greg
heard
knows-
something call your name, no, you didn't.
Scrag knows about spirits,
True.
but usually that was the druid's job, not Scrag's. Scrag is very pointedly not a druid. Scrag at one point
Yeah.
did try to be a druid. It did not go well for Scrag.
Yeah, and Freak might be a ghost, but she doesn't have anything to help with ghosts.
She's a different kind of ghost.
Yeah.
She's like
Yeah.
Casper, she's friendly.
She walks.
She's a dusk walker.
She's a dust walker. She...
Is it our nature check, or are you still checking, Leanne? No rush
Yeah.
if you are.
It is applicable lore. So I'll say nature works here. Sometimes it
Okay.
specifically says like arcana or whatever. This one just says applicable
Yeah.
lore.
Gotcha.
One of those
Gotcha.
motherfucking trolls tried to eat one of my dinosaurs once, maybe. We'll see how well I roll.
I have a 16. Probably. I mean, it's like one of the better rolls I've done all day.
Oh.
So
I got a 19.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Pickles, you know that trolls are big. Trolls are dangerous. And they will throw rocks at you.
Ouch.
Scrag, you know that they do in fact have a weakness to fire and will regenerate unless they are set on fire.
well, I've actually got a great spell to help deal with that.
As well as acid. Acid
Yeah.
works too.
Oh.
Just as a note. Also, you know, Scrag, that trolls often are seen with troll hounds.
Yeah, Scrag will explain that to the rest of the party, and he will emphasize, do not pet the troll hounds. They are not friendly.
Aw.
Do not pet them.
But
No.
dog.
But
Not.
Creek, that hasn't sold me on them anymore.
Scrag was about to say not all dogs is good dogs, but it is more accurate to say these are not dogs. Because
Yeah,
obviously all dogs
every-
is good dogs.
all dogs are good dogs.
Puppy?
These are not dogs. These are troll hounds.
Exactly.
They are just dog shaped.
Dog shit.
Just shaped does not necessarily mean dog.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Dog shape fucking got me.
Yeah. It's like saying a wolf
Well,
is a dog.
I'm
They
good.
are not.
I will try to resist the pets.
Pickles will point out that dogs and goblins generally have don't get on well.
Don't you have the big ones? The what are they called again?
Scrag, there's an entire weapon that my culture has created called a dog chopper.
Really?
Yeah, a dog slicer or something. Yeah.
It's a dog slicer,
Can I
yeah.
have one?
There's a one for the horses too, because they also don't like horses.
Yes.
Scrag is asking if he can have one as though it would matter. Like, well,
Conveniently,
Pickles just gonna
conveniently
give 'em-
enough, Ian also doesn't like horses.
they're a little
Really?
freaky. I'm not gonna lie. They're a little weird.
Are you the Brian Gilbert ideal where horses don't exist? They're
I
in
think
fact
that's
fake?
H.
No, they
Palmer,
exist and they frighten me.
There's that H. Palmer guy, my bad.
Anyway,
Common-
I'm down for
common
the
mistake, not knowing that the horse is not existing more.
the wizard
Sorry.
Solomane.
Yeah, and Pickles, This name will catch your attention as you realize that this is the wizard that came to your home when you were younger.
Oh, this is the guy?
This is the guy.
Holy shit!
It's the guy! Ooh!
That's so cool.
Yeah, like you see the name and like immediately you remember that the image of this older wizened man with a big smile teaching you about magic.
Gandalf.
It's the Gandalf.
He's probably like his cousin or something like that.
Ebis did say you would get on well with him, so could be one and the same. Only one way
Could
to
be.
find out.
Honestly, he was old when I met him, so I figured he'd be dead by now.
Wizards have a lot of ways to live a very long time.
Why do you think I became one?
That... Okay. Fair enough.
Fair point.
Anyway, I'm down for taking the highway monster and the delivery exchange job.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
If everybody else is cool with those.
Greg is
Yes,
very cool
agreed.
with those.
We still have
Craig is very
random
cool.
question. We still have time before Hermes leaves, right? Hermes isn't leaving yet.
Yeah, he's not leaving right away.
Okay.
He's leaving in about another week.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe like a
Wouldn't wanna,
week and a
like,
half because it was like a couple days to fix the place, the theater,
Yeah.
and then
Kinda
they were going to
trashed-
stay for
well, we
2
didn't
weeks
trash
after
it.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually confident saying the theater thing, that one wasn't our fault.
No, it
We
was
were
not.
minimizing
Yeah, that wasn't our
damage.
You were minimizing damage.
It could have been way worse.
Yeah, people could have died.
Anyway, I'm down to go if you guys are ready. I've prepared spells. I've selected, given acid, I've selected some spells that would be relevant to the situation.
Excellent.
I
got
just-
my arrows.
All I gotta do real quick is buy the things that Nash would have bought this week. There's only like one big thing that I'm after, so like let
I
me.
thought you were gonna do coffee check.
Oh, I guess I should do, a coffee check. Technically I should do 8 coffee checks, but I.
We will push those under the rug. I'll say for downtime, we
Yeah.
don't have to worry about coffee checks.
Excellent.
If he's not doing anything else, surely he can focus on doing coffee, right?
Yep.
Let's
I
see.
would like... Wait, question.
Yeah.
Am I able to get my hand wraps of Mighty Blows enchanted with, like, acid or fire? And how much would that cost me?
Well, if you go over to Radovan's ruins,
And I would like to take Pickles with me. Is he okay with that?
Yeah.
Where's
Like, I
the where is the rune guy? I've been looking for the rune guy.
he's over
Yeah.
by the iron spells.
Ah, he's by the iron spells.
Yeah. Let me just double check
Oh.
to see if fire or acid is applicable at your level.
There he is. I'm too zoomed out. He blends in with the buildings.
Yeah,
Okay,
he has
sick.
very similar colors.
I've been looking for him. Okay.
Yeah. So feel free to add runes. I believe at this point you can add 2. Let me just double check. It might just be 1.
Oh, that guy's not an NPC. He's just a server. I'm trying to remember where the things.
Corrosive is a level 8 rune.
Right.
In fact, all like the elemental runes are level 8. It looks like.
Darn. It's okay. I'm sure we can figure something out. Ooh. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that because it's gonna be cool.
Mind your business, David.
I'm sorry, David?
It's a meme. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you've never seen that video, I will show it to you when we get done with this. It's
Okay,
one of
so
my
the issue,
favorites.
that's like the name that everybody gets my name wrong as. So I was like,
Oh,
we've
no,
been
that's
streaming
totally a
so long,
meme.
Are you serious?
No, it's totally a meme. Mind your business, David!
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, I feel
I will say also, we can't. Pickles chose to fail miserably at learning to make arrows over the downtime, but there are also these things called spell hearts that Pickles can learn to make, which you can affix to a weapon and or armor and stuff, and provide you effects kind of like runes like that, just kind of lesser.
Lesser is better than Nesser. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't really know how some of these runes are gonna work with what do you call it?
The
I
hand
don't know
wrap.
how some of these runes are gonna work with the hand wraps, because for example, one of them is called, and it's like, okay, I call my hands to myself.
Yeah, not all of them are applicable.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
There's stuff like, oh, dragon's breath. Okay, well that doesn't work that way. I'll keep looking, but you guys can do your thing. Sorry. I am gonna ask though if he has any like anything fire, acid, because we're fighting trolls. Hello.
I've got the if nothing else, I've got fire and acid covered.
Yeah.
Oops. Actually, could I buy that bag of holding that's in the Lost and Found?
You sure can,
Oh.
if you have enough money for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I
I
got
think
money
I've
for it.
put all the runes in here that you could apply at this point.
Oh well. Later.
Yoink.
Unless I want to
Yes, I
get.
do want to purchase that bag of holding.
I was gonna say underwater might be good, but I think Scrag already counts as he's already fine fighting underwater.
Yeah, I think you should be good. I think. But isn't that a skill yet?
Something like
Yeah,
that.
Flaming Frost,
Hmm.
those ones don't show up till level 8.
Fair enough.
Nice.
So it would
I
be
could get
very
Fang, but,
expensive.
I have no money. I spent it all on spells and crafting.
Run it on, gamble.
But yeah, if anybody's buying a rune, let me know so I can...
I have
apply
a
it.
question.
Yeah.
The Fang rune, does that like how long does that last? Like, can I just do that whenever and then turn back whenever? Because that seems really good.
Let me have a look at what Fang does. Because it's only a level 2 rune. Takes one option to interact.
You can dismiss.
You transform into a smaller medium animal that wields the Fang weapon in its jaws. The animal matches the animal you are most closely associated with. So you turn into a lizard.
Are you sure? No, I'm
It
kidding.
says a lizard folk would turn into a lizard.
I know.
That's what
I'm
it
kidding.
says. A wolf if no specific animal is applicable. While in this form, you can attack with the fanged weapon even though you don't have any hands. However, you can attack only when the fanged weapon... So I'd say I don't think this would super apply to the hand wraps.
The reason I'm asking is because it seems as though I could like use it to transform, but I don't. It's very weird the way it's like.
Yeah, this is
It also seems kind of powerful.
Sounds cool, to be honest.
I
Well, the
mean,
thing,
really
important
cool.
thing about polymorph in Pathfinder is it doesn't replace your hit points.
Yeah,
like you
it
still have
doesn't.
your own.
I was more thinking for like utility, like if I need to scout something, who's gonna suspect like a skink?
That's also fair. Yeah.
And Greg's pretty stealthy, so
You can dismiss the effect and end automatically if you drop the fang weapon. Yeah, I'm not sure if it would work for the hand wraps.
Yeah, you'd have to like unwrap them and stuff them in your jaw.
you can dismiss the effect. That or like bite my hand. that's silly.
Yeah. There's some of these rooms that are more for weapons that you would hold.
Yeah, I figured. Or I guess it would, like, give me the... I would be able to use, like, a jaw attack, but that's just like any animal.
Yeah. I think you're probably better off staying as Scrag. I feel like it would be weaker to be these things.
Yeah, never mind.
I mean, if we're looking around at, like, we can still, like, Scrag and Pickles will still look around at some runes and, like, definitely...
Yeah.
It also helps Pickles get an idea of, like, the kind of thing that, you know, you guys would want from runes. Because Pickles can, like, at this point, learn to make runes and stuff.
Ooh.
Like, as long as the level of the level of the magical item is our level or lower, I could technically invent the item.
Yeah, like Ghost Touch is
Kin
always a
Warning
good
looks
one
really
to
good.
have because it lets you hit ghosts.
I don't think I have. I don't think we have access to that yet, but it's good to know. I think we get
Yeah,
access to that
Ghost Touch we do.
Yeah.
Oh, we do? Where?
Yeah, Ghost Touch is a level 4 rune.
Yeah, and if it's
Okay.
not
Was
on
it
here, I
was
can
it in
add
the guys?
Oh, okay.
I thought I saw it in there.
I feel like somebody bought that already.
Yeah, I think somebody.
Because I'm sure I put
think
that
some-
in there. And he has 145 gold on him, which means somebody's bought something from him already.
I was gonna say I just bought one, so that would account for half of that. That we can get to in just a moment. I am. It wasn't Ghost Touch though.
Everybody check their stuff, because I'm pretty sure I had that in there. If not,
I wish I had Ghost
Nope.
Touch.
I'm putting it back in there.
I
Because
do
I don't
not-
have it.
Nary a Ghost Touch rune over here.
Silly question, because we haven't shopped in a while. Can we sell things?
Yeah.
Okay,
think so, yeah.
cool. It's just the same way, just like drag it to person,
Yeah.
and it'll. Okay, cool. Hi, Murray.
Hi, Murray.
Murray.
Yeah, I'm looking at my sheet. I don't have the Ghost Touch rune.
Nope.
Well, I put
Ghost
another one
Touch.
on there. So, I don't know. I feel like at some point people bought some runes. I don't think they did anything with them.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have tipped that guy 6 gold, because that Ghost Touch is going to be all of my gold. I think I'm going to pass on the Ghost Touch, because I think I actually get a special ability later on that lets me count my weapons as magic.
I might want to buy that Ghost Touch, to be honest, because I'm trying to up my either.
Oh, no, I see what the problem is.
The
I didn't
ghost
add the level
fine.
4 ones on there yet because you guys weren't level 4.
Ah.
Yeah.
That'd do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say if nobody wanted it, I would also like that, but if Katie wants it, I'm good to wait.
Yeah, because I was gonna put it on my hatchet because it's not really doing much.
I would like strike. I might get striking, because I think that gives me another damage. No, wait a second.
Yoink.
Do it. Does the striking thing already? I
Yeah,
think that
we
already.
don't
Yeah,
do
we've already got struck.
My bad.
Yeah, no, we're not doing the striking or the runes that make it +1, +2, what? Because that is a pain.
Gotcha.
I did that in our other, the one that I was a player in, and it was such a pain going, okay, who's got a +1? Everybody's got a +1? Okay, we gotta get +2s.
Fair enough. Okay, I should be good then.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I'm almost good to go. I'm trying to drop some weight somehow, because I am just barely encumbered now.
If it's something you don't think you'll need right away, don't forget that we have the stash.
Yes, we do have the,
I mean, also,
the party.
Oh,
suit.
you're right.
Creek bought a bag of holding. Didn't she just buy a bag of holding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I was gonna say maybe it's in the party stash. The Ghost touch thing.
Trying to remember where the party stash is.
We do also have that bronze
bowl in there.
bowl. Yeah, I was like,
Very
Probably
important.
sell that.
yeah, we want to just sell that quick.
Yeah.
Can we sell that?
Where is the party stash?
I think if you put it in your inventory, you can sell it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, where is the party stash?
If you go to
Uh,
the
in-
actors tab, there's a thing that says the party with everybody's sheets, and there's a little paper next to the party.
Oh,
And it
okay, I
says
see,
open
thank
sheet.
It says open sheet. Yeah.
I'm gonna sell the bowl, and then I'll just put the 4 gold back in the party sheet.
I don't need this trident if someone else wants it.
Here, this'll help me out quite a bit. Yeah, now I'm good. Now that I'm not carrying a full book worth of coffee on my person.
Yeah.
I'll
There we
remove-
go. Give yourself some room.
I'm gonna put 4 gold pieces into the party stash. There we go.
I'm gonna put the bag of holding in the party staff as well, so everyone can use it.
Yeah.
I've still got 3 blood eye coffee on me for emergencies, but the big amount can stay in the party stash for when we're not out and about, and he can just get what he need.
I would like to buy some more healing potions.
Good idea.
I don't think we can actually move stuff into the bag of holding when it's in the party.
Really?
Nah, I don't think so.
We can just assume that
I
it's held in the
was gonna
bag of
say,
holding.
yeah, that'd be better for somebody to have on their person anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just hold
If
on to
we're-
it then.
I was gonna say, if we need Creek to hold things for us, we can just put them into the stash, and then she can take them out and throw them in bag.
Yeah.
You got it. I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Infinite bags.
And I'm
Yeah,
honestly,
I don't
the
know
assumption
how
for the
that-
party stash is it's shit that we would just leave where we're staying.
Yeah.
Is my
Yeah.
understanding, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
This is in the inn. Hudson's keeping an eye out for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I thought it was just like we had a big backpack in general that we travel
Yeah.
with, but that makes more sense.
That's what you got. That's what you got now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be where I drop stuff so people can sort them as they go. But I'm bad at handing out equipment.
Let's go east.
Weast.
Give me 1 second. What are you and where did I get you from?
I have a silly question.
Yes.
Can Gertie invest in magic items?
I don't know.
Yeah. If I wanted to give her the hand of the mage so that she could pick stuff up, would you allow that?
I don't know. I don't think that's how animal
That's a
companions
fair
work.
Fair enough.
Let me
Um,
check.
While she's checking on that, I put some shielding salve in the party stash. Somebody should probably grab that if they would like.
Shielding salves.
Mm-hmm.
Shielding salve.
Ah, okay.
Okay, someone besides me, because I have the shield spell.
Ah,
Yeah,
so-
I
okay,
should
good, I got that.
Good. I grabbed some shield cards, so I should be okay.
You want to grab that, Sarah, for Vaz, the shield and self?
Oh, her headphones still might be a little bit wonky.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at what it does right now.
No worries.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm
There you
good.
go.
I don't need them. I'm okay.
And I got my stuff sorted a little bit better into my own backpacks.
You can
We're good
only
now.
give
Me too.
an animal a item if it has the companion trait associated with it.
If it has the companion
Oh.
trait?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, if the item has a companion trait.
Gotcha.
So if it doesn't have that listed, you cannot give it to your animal.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Alas.
Yeah, there's some specific ones that are associated with companions, I
Yeah.
think.
Like I know when I played Klee, she had a Triceratops that had special barding that helped protect her. But that was it.
Aw, yeah. Yeah.
It's all stuff like collars and saddles and things.
I was thinking that too. Yeah, not like she's just holding on to it, but like you'd have like little satchels and such.
Yeah. So I would say no. You cannot do that.
That's fair.
I bet you need to train Gertie to do that too. You can't just put it back on
Yeah.
her and be like, all right.
Yeah, I'm just looking around to see if I can find some healing potions.
Leanne,
Yeah.
can we put the rune I just bought on the weapon I just bought?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh yeah, if it wasn't already applied, I put the Ghost
Merciful
Touch
rune?
rune on my hatchet.
You're putting it on this. We're going to... It's not a precious material. Property rune. I want to put Merciful on there. That should be
Yeah.
applied. There we go.
Looks good. That's very funny to see on a deadly weapon,
It
but
sure is. It's very funny.
it is both deadly and non-lethal.
It's made of rubber.
Oh shoot, I don't know if I applied my rune properly.
Let me have
can
a
I
look.
get help? Yeah, putting it on my hatchet.
Yes.
I think I just had it so it's just in my hand.
Yeah. What was the rune you got for there?
Ghost Touch. Should be in my
Ghost
inventory.
touch. Okay.
Ooh.
There it is. Ghost touch.
Ah, thank you so much.
Should be listed as ghost touch hatch now.
Does anyone want
It
this
is,
trident
thank
before I
you.
sell it?
I'm okay without a trident.
Yeah, go for
Mhm.
it. Thank you, Leanne.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
For future reference, am I able to do that, or is that a DM thing?
I'm not sure. You should
Fair
be
enough.
able to, I think. It should be
I
like...
tried to drag it over.
Yeah, I think it's instead you gotta go to edit item on the item in your inventory.
Oh.
And then go to
Got it.
details, and then it says previous material and
Oh,
rune, and it
Property
says
room.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure out how to sell stuff.
Got it. Okay. Oops. There it goes.
Would I get, like you said, would I get half the price back for it, or? Because I think I have to add stuff I sell manually. Hello?
I'm not sure.
Don't worry about it, it's fine. I just need to get rid of the thing.
Let me just see what happens. So I think you should just be able to click and drag it.
Well, I did, but I didn't get any money for it.
Hmm.
Did it go to the party stash, maybe?
No, I dragged it to the shop owner. So it's now at the
Yeah.
Riverside Hospital for some reason. She is a trident now.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know why she would need a trident, but she has one.
She has one now to
Incredible
fight the
that-
ghosts
yeah.
that you guys aren't going to fight.
Hang on just a second,
I'd
because
also like to sell this. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No, never mind. Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, wait, I just sold a sickle and I think it worked. There's also 4 gold in the party stash. I don't know whose that
Yeah,
is.
I put that in there because I sold the bowl that we had in there, and I just put the 4 gold in there.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you do that, yeah. Just
I figure we
Yeah,
can just
about
keep
that.
keep that in there, and like if anybody needs it.
Yeah.
Can I just
Emergency
add
fund.
Can I just add half the stuff, man? Like half the cost manually, since I can't seem to. I don't want to hold up the game.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to sell stuff. Okay.
Stories.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, I think we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am ready.
I'm down to keep playing if y'all are.
It is.
I was gonna say.
close to- We've been playing for about 2 hours and a bit. 2 or 3 hours. We're getting. Well, we started a little late, so it's like 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Up to y'all.
I'm good
I'm
with
down to
whatever.
keep going if people are.
Sarah, are you EP?
I am EP,
Yeah,
but if we
and-
want to keep going, I can power through.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we usually end at about the 2.5 hour mark, anyways. So I'll say you all gather your stuff, gather yourselves, and start heading out towards the east. You make your way up through the northern gates here towards the East River Guard house and start heading eastwards, and that is where we'll end it for today. We will pick up when you guys are on the
Adventure.
road.
Yeah.
Adventure.
On the road.
The
again.
adventure!
Huzzah.
Yeah!
Adventure!
You know.
Yay!
Anyways, thanks for playing, everybody! Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye.